We make a 10-10. Cool. We cast an Ulamog the Ceaseless Hunger. We trigger and blow up both their lands. And they scoop it up. I want to blow up all their lands, then them for 10, and then hit them with a Tarrasque. I've played Tibalt's Trickery on the channel a ton before. I've played it in multiple formats. I've played it in formats where you can cascade into it and then counter the thing you're cascading from it. I've played formats where you want to just counter a zero-costing Stonecoil Serpent or a Tormod script. I've played it quite a lot. I have a soft spot for it. I liked it when you could cascade into the back half of flip cards before they fixed that. Tibalt's Trickery has been played on the channel so much, and I've lost track of Magic so much, that I don't actually know where it's legal now or what rules changes have happened. But then someone on my Discord said, have you seen the Aspiring Spike Tibalt's Trickery deck in Pioneer? So shout out to Aspiring Spike for encouraging me to play this, as the deck is called Aspiring Spike told me the game is easy. Our plan is to play a zero-cost artifact in Stonecoil Serpent, and then use Tibalt's Trickery to counter it. And then what Tibalt's Trickery does is it chooses 1, 2, or 3 at random. Its controller mills that many cards into their graveyard, and then you exile cards from your library until you reveal a non-land card that does not share a name with the spell you're countering. Then you cast that spell. So first of all, we want to cast one of our 3 available Eldrazi in Pioneer: Emrakul the Promised End, Ulamog the Ceaseless Hunger, or Kozilek the Great Distortion. The first 2 are just powerhouses we all know. Kozilek doesn't see a lot of love, but this deck is looking to mulligan to Oblivion anyway, because we're going to mulligan to our combo. More on that in a second. So Kozilek will refill our hand and give us some gas. Next up is Emergent Ultimatum, which allows us to go searching for 3 cards, 3 monocolored cards that do not share a name. Usually that will be Peer into the Abyss, the Tarrasque, and Omniscience, or sometimes it'll be a pile like Peer into the Abyss, the Tarrasque, and Explosive Singularity, and so on and so on. And then what those cards do, Tarrasque plus Explosive Singularity, are 2 separate instances of 10 damage. So they cannot let you have both of them. So it puts them in between a rock and a hard place. Peer into the Abyss draws half your deck, which if there's an Omniscience in play, means you just win, because you get to cast all this random shit. But if there's no Omniscience in play, which is quite common, Peer into the Abyss should draw you into a second copy of Tibalt's Trickery and a second copy of Stonecoil Serpent, so you can roll that wheel again. And lastly, Omniscience is a card that we can put into play off Tibalt's Trickery that allows us just to cast the shit that's stuck in our hand. The Emrakuls, the Ulamogs, the Kozileks. If we are spinning the wheel on Tibalt's Trickery, there are a couple of whiffs. If we cascade directly into Explosive Singularity, for example, we'll just do 10 damage to them and then have very little to follow up on and die. If we Tibalt's Trickery our Stonecoil Serpent and then hit another Tibalt's Trickery, we lose the game, because we don't have the resources to carry on afterwards. There's also small windows where certain cards just aren't good enough on their own. If we have Mulligan to Oblivion, then we Tibalt's Trickery into an Omniscience, and then just brick by drawing lands, we're fucked. Our game plan is to Mulligan to Oblivion. We will keep going until we hit Tibalt's Trickery plus Stonecoil Serpent. There'll be situations where I might keep a 3-card hand if we've got one of the common pieces plus a couple of scry lands, and we are playing 4 Temples of Malice, 4 Temples of Triumph, and 4 Zafnir Voids to allow us to scry a fuckload. And it's the last relevant piece of tech is the Thalia Academy in our land base, which means that we don't just lose automatically to Thoughtseize. There are combinations of hands where we can play in the Thalia Academy and put our combo piece back on top of our library. And that is it. We are looking to combo off as fast as humanly possible, because if we let our opponents get to 3, 4, or 5 mana, there are plenty of cards in Pioneer that actually stop this fucking nonsense. This deck looks like an absolute glass cannon, and I have a feeling it's going to play like a glass cannon. Fuck, we're either going to absolutely have the time of our lives, or it's going to suck dog shit. If you enjoy the video, don't forget to hit the link in the description below to go to coolstuffinc.com, pick up your singles and sealed product, and use the code Kenobi at checkout to get 5% off your order and to help support the show. With all that out of the way, let's trick our way through Pioneer. I was trying to sound hip and cool and trendy. I hope I did for you all at home. We have won the die roll. There's no Tibalt's Trickery in our hand, and there's no 0 drops from Mulligan. Tibalt's Trickery and the 0 drop and 2 lands, so we've mulled the 6 and we're all good. We get to put some cards in the bottom of our library. We're going to put Emrakul on the... No, we're going to put Kozilek on the bottom. I actually don't know what we'd rather have in our deck. I don't know. We're going to go with a Void. We're going to scry 1. We're going to put that land to the bottom. Where we're going, we don't need no lands. Fabled Passage from our opponent. Okay, we're going to cast our Stonecoil Serpent for 0. I'm going to hold the control key. I'm then going to Tibalt's Trickery it for 1 red and 1 colorless. Let's see where we get to with this. Oh, wow. We hit Tibalt's Trickery, which is actually a whiff. Huh. Well, I guess there's a sideboard plan here, but Aspiring Spike said this deck requires 0 skill, so I'm just going to say fuck it. Literally fuck it and not sideboard. I guess Radiant Fountain's good against aggro. Blast Stone's also good against aggro now. land slots instead of Nephalia Academy and Zafir and Void. If you really want me to actually discuss what the cards do. We have not won the die roll, but we get to go first because of fucking everything a minute ago. We've got 2 Tibalt Trickeries, but nothing to counter with it. So we're going to mulligan. Tibalt Trickery and no 0 drop, so I guess I'm going to mulligan again. Maybe I could use my Scrylands to get there. Nah, I'm going to mulligan. Trickery and 2 lands. A Stonecoil Serpent. So we have the 0 drop. We just need the Tibalt Trickery. Oh boy. Well, I know we're not drawing like 4 of these cards, 3 of these cards. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to mulligan aggressively. No, this hand is also shit. Okay, we've mulliganed to 1. I'm just going to concede. This was a bad first run. Let's try again. Right, we've lost the die roll. My hand is shit. This hand is shit. This hand is shit. This hand is also shit. Keep this, I guess. We'll bottom everything that isn't a land. Because all of these cards... Well, actually... Because we've got Omniscience in the deck, I guess we keep an Emrakul in hand. So put Emergent Automaton on the bottom, Omniscience on the bottom, a Mountain on the bottom, a Mountain on the bottom, and I'm going to keep 2 lands and an Emrakul. Our opponent plays a Foundry Street Denizen, so we know they're aggressive. So we've got that sideboarding plan, as I discussed last time. And we've drawn one of the 2 parts of the combo. We're going to play Temple of Malice, and we're looking for anything that isn't Tibalt's Trickery is going to the bottom. So we just need Tibalt's Trickery. Then the Bugbear can fuck off. They make some Goblins, and they're going to do some damage to our face. We bottomed a Den of the Bugbear, and we drew a Den of the Bugbear, because, yeah, it's not a bug. It's not a bug. We just bottomed one and drew the other because Magic can be like that sometimes. No spells cast by opponent. They go to combat and they hit us for 2. They appear to have quite a poor draw for the Goblins deck, which is funny because we're over here not really even playing Magic with them. We drew an Ulamog, which isn't great. We're going to play the land and pass the turn. They play the new Squee. This is like a recurable Rabble Master. When it attacks, creates an extra 1/1, which will grow the Foundry Tenon by 2 points this turn. So they must have just drawn that. They were flooding before this, though. So we're going to get hit for like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage here, going to 8. But if we draw Tibalt's Trickery, we may well win. Unless I, of course, whiff, which is statistically unlikely. But as we saw, it does happen. We drew another Stonecoil Serpent. So we draw the second copy of the 4 of one of the remaining 3 of the Stonecoil and none of the 4 Tibalts. I mean, just drawing the Tibalt's Trickery is not likely anyway. But drawing the second Stonecoil feels a little bit insulting. We're going to scoop it up and we're going to go to game 2. We lost, we got to go first. Our hand is unplayable. We only have 1 land and a Stonecoil. Mulligan. Tibalt's Trickery and a Stonecoil, 2 lands. There we go. That's number wang, as they say in the business. We're going to go ahead and put an Omniscience back into our deck. We're going to go Temple of Malice. We're going to scry 1. I guess I'll put that on the bottom as well. We don't really need a second Blast Zone at this point. Red producing land from our opponent. And that was it. That's all they got. Right, we're going to go Blast Zone. I'm going to hold the control key. I'm going to cast Stonecoil Serpent for 0, and then I'm going to tap 1 red mana and 1 colourless mana in order to cast Tibalt's Trickery from my hand. I need to target this spell by doing that, and then with that, we will use Tibalt's Trickery to transform the Stonecoil Serpent into something exciting, something wonderful, something hopefully that isn't another fucking Tibalt's Trickery. Emergent Ultimatum. Let's cast that without paying its mana cost. Okay, we get to grab 3 spells now that have different colours, and then they get to put one of them, 3 monocoloured spells, sorry, they can't actually be the same colour, they have to have different names. And then our opponent chooses one of those cards, they shove that card to our line, and we cast the other 2. So we're going to choose Omniscience, a Tarask, and an Explosive Singularity. No, we're not going to choose Explosive Singularity. Yes, we are. No, we're not. We're going to choose Peer into the Abyss. Our opponent has a difficult decision now. Do they give us an Eldrazi and an Omniscience? Do they allow us to draw our entire deck and have an Omniscience? Well, no, they don't do that. That'd be absolutely absurd. They just decide to say, fuck it, they only have one singular, rare version of a mountain. It's not actually a mountain, by the way. It does not enable mountain walk, but it's like, it's a mountain in spirit and in nature, right? And we've won, because I'm really good at Magic. Many Tibalt's Trickeries, not a lot else. I'm going to mulligan this. We don't even have a second land. Tibalt's Trickery, no 0 drop. I'm going to... No. I think I have to just mulligan for the combo. Nope. No. This will be a 4-card keep. With a Tibalt's Trickery, we keep 1 thing in hand for if we hit an Omniscience. 2 lands, we have to just raw dog off the top. A Ramanap, sorry, a Stonecoil Serpent. I think that's bad. I think we just keep going. Okay, this hand has a Scryland or 2. So we're going to put back everything but the 2 Scrylands and hope they find us the combo. But it's looking like we've lost this round. Actually, we're going to keep a life gain land here. That's nice, isn't it? I've always wanted to keep one of those. Our opponent has mulligan to 6. Do they have like a Graph Digger's Cage or something? That would be brutal, by the way, because we can't cast spells from our library. We would just lose on the spot to a Graph Digger's Cage. We draw an Emrakul, which isn't great. We're going to go Temple of Triumph and scry 1. Anything but the common pieces goes to the bottom. So we're going to put Radiant Fountain on the bottom of our library. Battle Cry Goblin from our opponent. They grow the Foundry Tree Denizen and hit us down to 18. We drew one half of the combo. So we're getting there. We're going to scry 1 with Zalfinite Void. We're keeping nothing except Tibalt's Trickery on top. So we're going to bottom the Temple of Malice. They play a Hobgoblin Bandit Lord. All these new goblins. All these newfangled Zoomer goblins. I'm over here being a boomer. I say a boomer. Can you really be a boomer if you're Tibalt's Trickery and a Stone Cold Serpent? If you're firing one Kaldheim card into a Throne of Eldraine card, that cannot be described as boomer, right? I am being a Zoomer combo player if ever I saw one. They attack for 6 power here because of the Lord, which generates a Goblin, which grows the Foundry Denizen. We take 7 damage here. We are dead next turn. We just need to top deck a Tibalt's Trickery. It's not that hard. We did not. So I'm going to play the Radiant Fountain and gain 2 life. Playing the Stone Cold Serpent is so stupid because it just puts us so far behind and actually getting the combo off again. But I'm going to give it a go because maybe they won't attack. Maybe I'll buy us a turn or 2. Maybe our opponent will play badly, and then maybe we'll get to play. I was going to say play Magic, but I don't think this deck really plays a whole lot of Magic. They play a Battle Cry Goblin, growing their Foundry Tree Denizen. They play another Foundry Tree Denizen, growing their Foundry Tree Denizen. We block the 5. We take a bunch. We don't quite die here. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. And now if I draw Tibalt's Trickery, I'll be really sad. Not because I played the Stone Cold Serpent, because it would have been too late. We would have been dead without the blocker anyway. I'll be sad that we were so close to glory. We were so close to exceptionalism. Like, you know, we stood upon the precipice. No, I didn't draw it. Fuck. Okay, alright. Okay, they got a Yori on deck. God, that's a name I haven't seen in a while. And I haven't been playing a huge amount of 60 card Magic lately. Fuck this. We need to just mulligan to the combo. That is what I was told. That was what I was promised, a lack of Magic to be played here. This hand has no combo. This hand has no combo. This hand has no combo. This hand has the combo. Mulligan and get to keep 2 cards. Put 4 cards back, sorry. So we're going to go ahead and put this back, this back. This is good into Thoughtseize, so maybe I keep this and we'll draw a red source. Oh god, is that dumb? That's very dumb, right? That's incredibly dumb. If I get Thoughtseize though, I might shit myself with rage. Okay, we're going to put these back, Nephalia back, Ramunap Ruins back. I'm just going to draw 1 land. That's all we need to do. And not get Thoughtseized. Okay, there's 2 things we need to do. Not get Thoughtseized and draw a land. A tap land, but it does produce black mana, so I'm still pinching my arsehole so tightly from 50p into 5 pence. We're in 5p territory right now. For those of you that don't know and are from a different country, 50p pence pieces are much bigger than a 5 pence piece. They're about 3 times as big, so it's a much looser arsehole. You're clenching less hard if you're in 50p territory. Okay, we didn't draw a second land yet. Fuck it hell. Fuck it hell. How many lands are we playing in this deck? We're only playing 29. We're only playing 29. They play a Sacred Foundry. They have 1 blue up. I just got Spell Pierced on. Fuck me. Fuck me. There's 26 lands to be drawn because 2 of them on the bottom of our library. It's fine. It's okay. We mulliganed to 3. We mulliganed to 3. We're now in that territory where they can have interaction as well. Which is what the thing that every good Commander player hates. Interaction. They put Yorin in their hand. Fantastic. Can we just draw a fucking land? Please. 1-time dealer. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Where we're going. We don't need no more lands. Plays for 0. Cast Tibalt's Trickery. Target this. Pay 2 entire mana. I think it's worth paying. And then we're going to let that resolve. And we hit Omniscience, which we're going to cast without paying its mana cost. And then we're going to cast another copy of Omniscience in case they have Force of Vigor. No, it's not Modern Bins. This is Pioneer. We're going to cast Emergent Ultimatum, which gives us 3 spells. We get to cast 2 of them. So we're going to choose Peer into the Abyss. We're going to choose the Tarrasque. And we're going to choose Explosive Singularity, which means they're just dead if they choose the 2 sources of 10 damage. Or if we draw Peer into the Abyss, then we draw half our deck and we win. Which 2 would they like to pick? 2 lots of 10 damage? 10 damage and me drawing half my deck that I can cast for free? What do you want to do, opponent? What do you want to do? Okay, then let us have the Tarrasque and the Peer into the Abyss. So we're going to cast the Tarrasque. And then we're going to cast the Peer into the Abyss. Yeah, we're going to target ourselves with that. I had to read it to make sure I'd not, messed up what it does. So we now draw half our library. Cool. We make a 10-10. Cool. We cast an Ulamog the Ceaseless Hunger. We trigger and blow up both their lands. Cool. And they scoop it up. I want to blow up all their lands, then shoot them for 10, and then hit them with a Tarrasque. But our opponent doesn't seem to want to have any fun anymore. What's wrong with people these days? They have islands. So am I meant to bring in Storm Total Leviathan against any deck with islands? Because it has Island Walk. Is that what I meant to do here? And this has got to be good for like a certain combo matchup or something. Again, I just don't know. I don't know. I don't care enough. I'm going to click the submit deck button and I'm going to throw caution to the wind. I'm going to say, Jesus, take the fucking wheel. Okay, fuck all, mulligan. Fuck all, let's mulligan. Interesting, but that's a mulligan. Tibalt Trickery, 2 scry lands. Is there a better 3? There is a better 3. It's a land Tibalt Trickery and a thingamabob. I want to keep this. We're going to put 3 cards on the bottom. We're going to put Omniscience on the bottom, then another Bugbear on the bottom, and a mountain, and say done. We drew an Ultimate Seasoned Hunger. They played a tap land. We're going to play a Temple of Triumph, and we're going to use it to put anything that isn't Stone Cold Serpent to the bottom of our library. We find another Tibalt Trickery, which is a shame, because having one combo. Anyway, we're going to put it to the bottom, because it's not Stone Cold Serpent. So now, because we've mulliganed to 3 and put 4 cards at the bottom, and we've scryed 1, we know that the bottom 5 cards are not Stone Cold Serpent, which means 4 out of the top 50 are. There's 55 cards in our library right now. That is a 4 in 50 chance of us drawing it next turn. That's almost 10%. Of course, don't forget with math, as you draw more and more cards each turn, that then adds together and then it becomes like a number and shit. I know that because I listened vaguely in math class. Peer into the Abyss. We're going to scry again. Temple of Triumph on top. We're going to put that on the bottom of our library. So we now know the bottom 6 cards are not Stone Cold Serpent, which means the top 48, there's a 4 in 48 chance of drawing a Stone Cold Serpent. They don't shock themselves and tap out and put Yorion in hand like they did before, which means they're probably holding up into an action of some description. We draw a Tarask. We're going to play Nephalia Academy, which is basically to help us against Thoughtseize and pass back to our opponent. I guess we could have drawn the Tibalt Trickery and then got to 4 lands, counted their first turn with Tibalt Trickery, then Tibalt Trickery our own Tibalt Trickery. That could have been the line. Okay, we drew a 4th land, but interestingly enough, without 2 red sources, the Tibalt Trickery and our own Tibalt Trickery is actually really bad. Because to cast 2 red spells, each with a red pip, you actually need 2 red sources. It's a little unknown fact there that I've just given you. Thank you for coming to the PleasantKenobi channel, where I teach you how to play Magic like a pro. I give you the confidence and clarity to take it to the tabletop. Yeah, 5 mana for a Niv Mizzet Reborn. They're tapping out here. They're taking a turn off. If we draw the Stone Cold Serpent, we're laughing. They put a load of shit into their hand. There's like a Bring to Light in there. There's a Dreadbore. There's a Vanishing Verse. There's all sorts of interaction that actually means that we might not win now if we just resolve Tibalt Trickery. But let's find out. We're going to draw Stone Cold Serpent this turn. We know the bottom 6 cards of 52 are non-Stone Cold Serpents. That means, with a bit of quick maths, that the top 46 cards, there's 4 copies of Stone Cold Serpent in 46. That gives us a chance, right? That gives us a chance. They go to clean up to discard some stuff, and we're going to draw a Stone Cold Serpent. No, we didn't. We didn't. We did not. That is not what we drew. Will any of these cards actually counter spells? The Temple of Malice. I'm going to scry 1. Cause of the Great Distortion, so we're going to put that on the bottom. So the bottom 7 cards of our 51 card fucking library are now not Stone Cold Serpents. So it's a 4 in 44 chance to draw it each turn. And each turn you don't draw it, you're more likely to draw it the next time because you're physically less likely. I mean, that's kind of how math works. I should know. I'm a mathematician. They play a Fable of the Mirror Breaker. They keep 2 mana up. I assume for Vanishing Verse, so they can exile our Omniscience, for example. I'm not going to do the math thing again. Fuck me. I'm not going to do the math thing again. It's fine. It's all fine. We're going to draw it next turn. We're now 50 cards left. Bottom 7. I said I wasn't going to do the math thing, but I lied. 50 cards left. Bottom 7 are not Stone Cold Serpents. 43. That's a 4 in 43 chance. I wouldn't like bet my life on that. But after the case of drawing, next turn will be 7 cards, with it being a 4 in 54, and then a 4 in 53, and then a 4 in 52, and so on and so on. I would assume that would happen at some point. We're taking 7 damage here. They're making a treasure token, so they basically have infinite mana. They have more mana than they know what to do with. They could buy Twitter with all this fucking mana. Well. I don't know what the map actually is, okay? I'm saying all these fucking numbers, but I don't know, okay? I'm sorry. You didn't come here for maths. You came here for jokes about calm. Yeah, we can do this. We can do this. We can do this. We're on the play. Yes, please. What's our opening hand look like? You need to draw a combination of 2 4-ofs. How likely is that? I should look that up. There's just a Tibalt Trickery and some Skylands. We're going to mulligan. We can't keep this because we have neither part of the combo. So I'm going to mulligan this. Surprisingly. If you haven't got the pattern here, I'm just trying to mulligan to the combo. Fuck. Wank. Okay. I'm going to keep 3, which includes Trickery and 2 Skylands. I'm not going to do the math thing again, but there's a lot of cards in the bottom of our library that are not what we want. And we're now scrying to the top cards of our library. We put anything that is not a fucking serpent on the bottom. Of course, 2 games, then not draw the Serpent again would be actually pretty wild. And we've drawn the card that we just bottomed, off of our Mulligan even, not off of the Scry. That's a card that we just scried at the bottom. Interesting, interesting. Put that on the bottom. Pass the turn. Carry it in from our opponent. We drew not a Stone Cold, so we're going to pass the turn back. I'll tell you what, this is not the most really good magic. I do enjoy stupid combo decks when they go off. It's a lot of fun when they go off, but when they don't go off, it's some of the worst. It's both the best, like, video content in my opinion, and the worst, all in one. What can I say? I bring you the full range, the full fucking gauntlet of human emotion right here on youtube.com. Fable of the Mirror Breaker. And we drew it, which is pretty sick. So we're going to go ahead and cast the Stone Coil, holding control for 0. I'm then going to Tibalt Trickery in. We're going to resolve that. I hit a Tarask. Not the best, but also nowhere near the worst. We're going to go to combat. We're going to attack with the Tarask. It's going to trigger and it's going to fight the gorilla? Sorry, the goblin. I don't know where the fuck gorilla came from. Do they block here or just take 10? They need mana, right? But like the ward cost is fucking 10. It's so funny. I bemoaned how shit the Tarask actually is. In terms of like what it does on the tabletop, it's a puzzle monster that's meant to be elaborate and complicated and like a doomsday prophecy kind of creature. And then in Magic, it's just a really hard to deal with thing when you cast it from hand. Yeah, I guess. Sure. Whatever. They block with the Carotid, it's gone. So now they can probably make a chump blocker forevermore. Like every turn for the rest of the game, I guess. Well, actually, they need to make 2 chump blockers. Because remember, chat and comment section. I'm saying chat, but this is actually not a live video to record a video. But the Tarask fights something each time it swings. So it will kill the first chump blocker that gets in the way. I guess they're looking for a Supreme Verdict, maybe? Oh, fuck, I hadn't thought of that. That's not a Supreme Verdict, because Supreme Verdict isn't in the format? Question mark? No, it is in the format, right? Anyway, shit. Right, you primitive screwheads, listen up. We're playing first. Our hand is bad. Our hand is bad. I'm only going to keep the combo. I've committed to the bit. No. Fuck. Okay. Down to 3. Down to 3 with 1 scribe. We got this. We're on the play as well. Fuck me. We now play a Temple of Scry. We scry looking for a Stone Cold 7. We find Emrakul, put it at the bottom, pass turn. They're on spirits, which means they actually have interaction, which isn't great. Can't target instant or spell unless control plays X, where X is its power. Maybe we get to play it for 2. Fucking hell. Okay, we drew an Omniscience, which isn't great. We need to get to 3 mana at the moment. If they play your Lord, we have to get to 4 mana. And then, basically at that point, the wheels are falling off. We have absolutely fucked it if at that point. Okay, it's not a Lord. It's not a Lord. It gets +1 for this turn, but not next turn. We have a small window to draw the Stone Cold Serpent right the fuck now. We get hit for 2 down to 18, and I'm going to rip that snake right off the top. I'm going to Raw Dog reach into the snake's nest and pull it out. Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's go! Fuck! We scry another 1. We look deep. Okay, it's there. It's there. It's coming. The snake is around the corner. We need them not to play a Lord and not to have a Spell Queller. We need them to tap out for not a Lord, which is actually quite difficult. I guess if it's 1... No. We need them not to grow it to a 2-2. Don't be a Drogskull Captain. Fuck, it's the Supreme Phantom. It's better than Drogskull Captain. I don't even know. Drogskull Captain's not in the format. I can't remember what's in Pioneer and what's not. Oh, okay. Now I need 6 mana. I'm not going to go for it. If they sack the Mausoleum Wanderer, we lose. Okay? That's where we're at. Comment section. We are hoping they don't realise they can sack the Mausoleum Wanderers. That's where we're at. Hold control. Cast Stone Cold Serpent for 0. Tibalt Trickery work. And we're going to scoop in response to the Mausoleum Wanderer being activated. Do they activate? They knew what their cards did. Can't keep this hand. Can't keep this hand. We cannot keep this hand either. I'm starting to think this deck isn't very good. Comment section. I'm starting to think this deck actually fucking sucks. There's a 4, 2 Skylands, and a Stone Cold Serpent. No. We have to go fast. Nope. I'm gonna mulligan to 2. No. Mulligan to 1. Okay. Keep this. Bottom this. And this. And this. And this. And this. And this. Are you ready for me to absolutely draw like a... Maybe actually... This is bad. If you ever want an example of what not to do in a game of Pioneer, this is it. Stay in kids' school. Wait, stay in school, kids. That wasn't even on purpose. I'm a comedy genius. Land? No, you know what? Okay. We once more into the breach, my friends. We have lost the die roll, but can we win the war? I guess arguably in a 5-game league, losing 4 out of 5 of them is losing the war. That's quite the definition of it, right? We won like small battles here or there. Not even decisive battles, because we didn't win a whole round. Mulligan. Okay, there we go. We're going to keep this. We're going to bottom the Omniscience, because it's not good if we have another Omniscience off the Tibalt Trickery, but the other card, Kozilek, is Hall of the Storm Giants from our opponent. We're going to go for a Scryland. Scry Tibalt's Trickery to the bottom. We already have a second copy. Although I guess we can Tibalt's Trickery and Tibalt's Trickery if we have our first Tibalt's Trickery counted. If our first one goes wrong, then our third one should resolve while countering our second one. That's probably a really bad idea considering we only have 2 mountains, or 1 mountain, so we need 2, so we need to draw another red source as well. But we have a lot of red sources. Island from our opponent. This means they can just have counter magic this turn, which is bad for us. So maybe, do we wait a turn? Do we wait a turn? Try and let them tap out. I think we do. I think we're having our first actual decision moment, our first actual element of skill. I say this, the Mulligans are also part of that, and I've also been doing them to fucking oblivion. Are they blue flash? Omen of the Sea. Okay, Omen of the Sea. If they're blue flash, that's back. They're never going to tap out. The other line is Tibalt's Trickery and our Tibalt's Trickery that they're trying to counter. So we trick our trick. They're blue Devotion. I don't know what's going on, but I kind of love it. We need to hit a red source here, our next 2 draws. Or just another Stone Cold Serpent as well to allow us to go again, essentially. Not to quote Flesh and Blood or anything. I'm going to put it on top of my library, because at this point, we're just going to hit our 4 lands, we're going to go for it, and then if we fail, we're going to den the Bugbear them. They flash in a Brazen Borer, so they are just blue flash. So hopefully the counter magic they try to hit our Tibalt's Trickery with next turn taps them out. If they have like a form of Mana Leak style variant plus a Spell Pierce style variant, I don't know what gets played in Pioneer, right? I'm an old man. I know legacy cards and modern cards. When someone says Pioneer to me, I think about people shitting themselves with dysentery. We drew the den that we know about. We're going to play a Scryland that's untapped. Scry 1. Put Nefalia's Academy on the bottom of our library. We're then going to hold control and cast Stone Cold for 0. We're then going to use a red mana and a colourless mana to Tibalt's Trickery the Stone Cold Serpent. Do they have a response? They did not, so we get to cast an Ulamog the Ceaseless Hunger. And we're just going to blow up 2 lands here, I think. Maybe they count the Ulamog itself. That might be a... No, you count the Tibalt's Trickery every day of the week, right? They float the mana. Tibalt's Trickery resolved. Ulamog resolved. They petty theft the Tibalt's Trickery, the Ulamog. And I'm going to Tibalt's Trickery the petty theft, which gives them a random spell. What do they get? Did they get Brazen Borer? They got a Glass Paw Mimic, which becomes a copy of their Brazen Borer, which gives them a clock. That does give them a clock. That gives them quite the clock, actually. So they swing for 6 here, taking us to 11. God. What's happening? I feel like I'm playing Magic. There's combat happening. They take us down by 6 to 11. So 3 swings kills us. 1 swing, 2 swing, 3 swing. We kill them with 1 swing, 2 swing, 3 swings. But our 3rd swing comes after their 3rd swing. So we're actually... I think we just lose, weirdly. Especially if they have a blocker. Because they can block the Ulamog and not die to the damage. I guess Den changes that, but not by much. So we exile 20 cards of their library and attack for 10. They block with the Fae, so they don't die to combat damage here. Maybe hitting a land and a Brazen Borer was 100% the correct thing to do, because it made the ability for them to have a clock very low. There's still a chance we just draw another Stone Cold Serpent and get to go again with Trickery. They play a 3rd land. They attack for 6 here, taking us to 5. They have 4 cards left. Sorry, they have 23 cards left in the library, so we're going to put into 3 cards in library, which just isn't enough. Draw a Drown Yard, or sorry, not Drown Yard, Academy, sorry, which isn't good enough. We can get in for 14 points of damage, and they kill us in the air. Yeah. We do know now that they're playing a lot of wizards and shapeshifters, and the fact they can copy our own Eldrazi is kind of crazy. They're blue Devotion to try and get a Thassa's Oracle payoff. Yes, we would have loved it if they didn't hit literally a 3/1 fly, like a 2/2 ground creature would have been a lot better. But we have lost the game. Well, no, we've definitely lost the game. I'm bringing in my Void Winnowers because it means they can't cast their 4 mana Clever Impersonators and such, or Thassa's Oracle either, if we have one of these in play, so it might come up. We have Trickery and 2 Scrylands, but I don't think we can keep that. I really don't. So we're going to Mulligan. No, this is unkeepable. Trickery, 1 Scryland, no other payoff. We're going to mull to 4. Our 4 is terrible, to 3. Our 3 is terrible, to 2. Trickery times 2. Okay, 5 cards on top of our library. Fuck, what? Why am I doing this to myself? We're going to put Omniscience back, Ulamog back, Den the Bugbear back, Nefalia Academy back. I do think, after 5 games of trying to Mulligan to the combo, I just don't think you can do it. That's my anecdotal examples of this. I mean, there have been 3 games where we resolved the Tibalt's Trickery and we've just lost. 1 hit Trickery itself. The second one was going to get petty theft, but we stopped it and then they had a clock in the air. What was the 3rd one? There was a 3rd one where it was shit as well. We haven't hit a second land in turn 3, so that's nice. Fun fact, I think I trimmed 1 or 2 lands to fit the Void when it was in. Because I wasn't sure what I wanted to cut. Yeah, I trimmed 2. Which means that this Void Winnower could well have been our second land. So a sideboarding decision may have fucked me, if we're completely honest and transparent about it, which is cool. I like it when you know where you've made mistakes. I mean, I think my first mistake was just playing this deck. A couple of people on my Discord are very excited about it possibly being a good deck in Pioneer. I think these people are very wrong. I guess if you're just lucky, maybe the deck's good. Oh, yeah, sure, I'll draw an extra card. Fucking let's go. So my spells cost 2 extra this turn, but I don't give a shit. Okay, that's pretty decent. Let's go. They attack us for 3. We do not draw what we need, so we're going to draw the extra card. We're getting quite deep into our deck here. Fucking hell. I guess I've never really played a deck where I just have to draw one of the 4-ofs and all I've done is scry for that. I haven't done that I guess there's been times where I'm like, oh, I really need to draw this card here. It's my out, it's my out, it's my out. But like from turn 0, like mulliganing hard for it, scrying for it, and then not drawing it. It fucking feels bad. It's not how you should play Magic. Academy Lawmaster. Okay, so we get to draw 2 extra cards next turn. Oh, take 5 here. They must have a hand stacked with counter magic, I'd imagine. Draw the Tarask. Draw Tibalt's Trickery. Draw a Xozacan. Fucking hell. Play a Ramanat Ruins. Because we can still make 2 1/1s off this and like block to survive, maybe. I guess I can also Tibalt's Trickery their next spell. And then Tibalt's Trickery, our Tibalt's Trickery right there and then. That's probably where we're at now. They draw the extra cards. They Nykthos for 7 mana here. Jesus Christ. They cast Glasspool Mimic. Okay. I am going to Tibalt's Trickery the Glasspool Mimic, and then I'm going to Tibalt's Trickery my own Tibalt's Trickery, and see what that gets us. Do they have a 6 mana spell? Because their spells cost 4 extra right now. They went to do something here, but they decided not to. Okay, because I don't think they can. So we hit... No! Right. Oh, fuck. Okay, so this just does 10 damage to them. Or to something. And that's it. Game over, man. Game over. This is just shit. This card can't be good in it. It's there to give you like the 20 damage combo with Emergent Ultimatum and stuff, but like here is absolute whiff. I've had to maneuver into a ridiculous scenario where I'm countering my own trickery into my opponent's spells, and I've still whiffed really fucking hard. And we saw me whiff in game 1 as well with the other trickery into trickery. Your trickery into a fucking explosive singularity is terrible. This cannot be a key part of the puzzle. This has got to be a bad slot for the deck. Or is it statistically unlikely for me to do that? And I've had 2 quite bad bricks in my 5 games where I'm aggressively mulligan. I don't fucking know. But I'm going to shoot myself in the face for 10. Actually, is shooting any of their creatures for 10 here good? No, because I have no combo left now. Fucking hell. Yeah, fuck it. I'm going to go out with some respect here. I want to shoot myself for 10. There we go. Thank you, everybody, for coming and watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Please smash that like button and don't forget to subscribe as well. I will do gameplay from time to time. I do enjoy trying to play silly combo decks, but at the moment, I'm just getting absolutely not... Well, I got fucked. I got fucked this league, but maybe this was the wrong deck to play. Maybe I should not have played this deck. Let me know down in the comment section below if there's a better version of the deck that you're aware of. Have you played this deck with better payoffs and things like Brick Class when you fucking roll into them? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all soon. Ta-ta for now.